Welcome to Like I Was Saying with Velvet and FeBaybeee, two misguided hoes talking about whatever the fuck they feel like without interruption. Like we were saying.
Facts. I am Velvet.
And it's your girl FeBaybeee.
But I will not be calling her that. It's too many syllables. I'm going to call her Fee.
And I got you too, V.
Anyways, mine is way easier, but whatever. So let's see, y'all. This is our first podcast together.
First potty, yaddy, yaddy, yaddy,
Hey,
yaddy.
do the dance. Hey.
Fuck it up.
And this is our first episode, so we hope you enjoy it. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, everything you want to do. We want to hear from you. So again, I'm Velvet, and I think we're really just going to be introducing ourselves and just talking about a little bit of current events today.
Yeah, just to let you guys know kind of what to expect from us. Don't expect anything. But predominantly we'll be talking about music, new, old, any type of shows or movies that we've been looking at, some culture relevance, relationships, situationships.
All the ships.
And the sex.
Yes, that's my topic.
Baby.
Facts. Politics, even though that's never really fun. But yeah,
it's life.
Psychology.
Some astrology in there as well. Just kind of seeing, different perspectives. And, if one subscribes, one doesn't, hearing differing perspectives. Yeah. Just to make sure you're not just dealing with people who only agree with what you agree with.
Exactly. Because that's never really fun. You can never truly learn from someone if you just agree with the person. So, so we'll be talking about all of that. But we're going to introduce ourselves first. I am Velvet. I go by V as well, I suppose. And I am a poet, a writer. I have my poetry on YouTube. I write many different types of things, mainly erotica. And that's about, I'm a mother. I'm not going to forget that. I'm a mother of a 10-year-old loving son. And yeah, what about you, Fee?
Yes, your girl FeBaybeee. I am a doggo mamo of a 12-year-old husky.
Woo.
No kids. That's my baby. Otherwise, I have interests in psychology, astrology. Those are like a lot of huge hobbies for me.
Okay.
Just studying that. I think I'm actually going to start learning Spanish here soon. So, que pasa? Y'all watch out. I'll keep y'all
updated. Hola. What's funny is I legit was thinking about doing that. Where are you going or how are you doing? Are you just going to be like school or are you just going to get like an app or something?
An app. I just ordered a book for beginners and this thick pack of flashcards with words. I started with the YouTubes, but then they started flipping around. They want some paid subscriptions. They'll give me something real easy and then give me a whole sentence in Spanish. I'm like, baby, there's got to be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, you can't go from hola to
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm gonna get lost in all the translations. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on. A little bit about you, girl.
I was gonna do Babbel. But I wasn't really sure. I don't know. I keep going back and forth. Should I learn it? Should I not? But it really is the second language in America. So, yeah. Sometimes I feel like it's the first. I'd be like, damn.
Pretty much. And that's probably the reason that I picked the language that I did. Because it's
predominant.
Yeah, it's so universal. But, so, we mentioned music as being something. And your girl recently dropped an entire album on us.
Ooh, I already know who you're talking about. Jazmine
Sullivan.
Yes, I love every single bit of it. Have you heard all of it?
I have. I think Pick Up Your Feelings and Put It Down are
your top two?
Yes.
Okay. Mine, Pick Up Your Feelings. I don't have a top two, I have a top three. Pick Up Your Feelings, On It.
Oh, yes. I'm not forgetting about that.
Yes, and Girl Like Me, because On It has Ari Lennox and Girl Like Me has her, and I love them both. So I think I just naturally gravitated to those two. But Pick Up Your Feelings, baby. I'll be singing it like I am Jazmine.
Yes. feel like you have to when you listen to that
Exactly.
song.
Even though I don't be hitting those notes like she do, but in my soul, I know that I sound good. You know what I'm saying?
That's what counts. That's what's important. I like the little tales, the Antoinette, the Ari, and
oh yeah,
I think that was definitely unique in her album, allowing people kind of the space just to kind of give voice to their experiences. Definitely thought that was pretty dope and unique for something I haven't heard before.
And Ari's Tale is the intro to your favorite song. Put It Down. So yeah, and I can't remember which tale it was, but it was the one where she was talking about how she met this girl. And it was like love. It was great. She proposed. The girl proposed to her, and then she met the friend, and they slept together. And I was like, wow, like that's crazy. Like you slept with the girl you thought you were gonna be. You slept with the girl's friend that you thought you were gonna be with for the rest of your life. She proposed to you. Y'all had love at first sight, but you slept with a friend, and it's just interesting on how and why those things happen.
Yeah, when you discuss the difference between infatuation, lust, that honeymoon phase, I think all that, and it's what you're looking for too. If you're looking for a lustful situation, then it's going to be very easy to step out on your partner if that's all you're looking for. And
very true.
That sounds like that could have been kind of her situation, is that it was more, I'm looking for what's right here, right now, what's exciting to me. And lust will fulfill that to you. I
know. Lust is a powerful thing, Jesus Christ. But yeah, so have you had any lust situations?
Yes. I think the last person I dated was definitely a lustful situation.
Interesting.
Yeah, because when I tell you what much did I know about that young man,
it's not a lot.
No.
Ha!
But the sex was amazing.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted from that young man.
Was just the sex.
I think in the moment I was trying to tell myself I wanted more than that. But when it boiled down to it, when I was sitting next to him, I didn't want to sit down and just watch no TV.
You wanted to fuck
the whole time.
Lust.
So, yeah, lust ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Besides great sex.
Yeah, it ain't gonna get you nowhere by itself.
Yeah, facts. But I'm trying to see if I've ever been like in a lust situation where I really truly didn't care about the person. I just wanted the D. And I don't think that I've truly been ever in that situation where I just wanted the D. I definitely have loved having sex with particular people, but to just be like, I don't know nothing about them or don't really care to know anything about them, I don't think I've ever been like that. So I don't know. Yeah. But lust is definitely, yeah. That's all I got to say on that one.
Yes. Thank you, Jazmine. Thank you, Jazmine.
Her whole thing. And by the way, because I don't think we said it, her album is called Hotels. If you haven't heard it, you need to go check it out. I'm quite sure it's on every single platform there is. So definitely go and, check that out.
Yes, and especially being Miss Underrated as she is, I feel like go peep her prior. I'm a person who is negligent in that aspect myself.
Terrible.
I've dibbled and dabbled on more of what's been like popular and out there for her. Haven't really looked into like anything specific outside of just what's on the radio.
Lions, tigers, and bears.
Yeah. Oh my. Yes. I'm not scared. But yeah.
You should listen to, I can't remember the album, but the Insecure.
I definitely love that. And she had my man Bryson up there. I love Bryson.
Yes, me too.
I love his collabs. I need him to do a collab with a female. I think I would enjoy either.
Kalani. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think I want him with more of a more R&B slow. I feel like I would want him with like either her or LMA. I think they would do.
Her, I can see her. I'm not a huge LMA fan, so I can't really speak upon that. I think when she first came out, I was digging it. But I think the only time I listen to LMA is if she's on someone else's stuff.
Did you hear Not Another Love Song?
Yep, didn't like it.
Really? I loved it. I love her, though. I love
there
her
was another motherfucking love song.
Hater, man.
Well, it's just, No, I'm not saying that she can't sing or nothing. It's nothing about that. It's just it's not my cup of tea. So I like the Ari Lennoxes and the Hers and the Jazmine Sullivans and like stuff like that. And of course, always Jill Scott is always at the top of my list. Even though I still think Jill Scott is underrated, but I love fucking Jill Scott. So.
Touche. I wonder who I would want Kalani to have an album with.
Ooh, I love me some Kalani. I forgot to mention her. Hold up, let me reverse. And Kalani,
Run that back.
because that whole last album.
What was the name of that, child? Nothing. Something wasn't good. What? Hold on.
The name of her last album. Oh, you know who I also forgot? Janae.
Aiko.
Yes.
It was good until it wasn't.
Yes. Whole album bumped. Whole album bumped for months.
Flip it, dip it, repeat it.
Inside out, all of it.
Yes.
All of it.
I loved it. I loved it. I think there's a lot of women that are coming up in these last couple years that are really doing their damn thing.
I would agree.
And they're getting their Tiana Taylor.
Yes.
Getting their recognition.
Yes.
Getting their plays, getting their names out there. I'm definitely happy to see that.
Yeah. All of the, like, legit, I forgot about Tiana Taylor too. Dang, I'm just skipping on people, Lord.
There's just so many great artists out right now. And R&B for women has like literally just been
hit popping.
It has.
And those people we have named, y'all should go check them out. If you haven't heard not one, I'm going to try to go through and remember them all. But Fee, you got to catch me. So we got Tiana Taylor, Kalani, Ari Lennox, Janae, Jazmine Sullivan, her.
I'm going to say Sabrina Claudio too.
Ooh, hold on. I feel like I've heard her song. What's the song?
You have heard it because I used to hum it all the time. And you
were
like, dang.
It? What is it?
She's got a couple good ones.
I can't think of it.
Hold on. Let me pull up.
Have you heard Victoria Monet too?
I had Ass Like That? Yes.
But she has a song with Kalani.
I think I've heard that one. Yeah, I
yes,
think I just heard
Touch Me. And legit, because Kalani was in it is how I heard it. And then I said, okay, who the fuck is this, Victoria? Okay.
Kiana Lede is one that I've recently gotten onto. I got onto her, funny enough, through LMA. She mentioned her. Yeah.
Okay.
She's got a couple collabs with Kalani as well. They all be supporting each other too. That's what I love.
It's great.
I love it. I'd love to get like another one of those when they did like with the Kim. I need a
and
whole
the Brats and the whole song.
Yes.
Baby.
No, with Maya. It had Maya, Christina, Kim. I can't. Lady Marmalade.
Yes.
Marmalade. Yeah, that's what I need.
That had Missy on it too.
Yes, I need another one of them.
Ooh, who we want though? Okay, so hold on. It was Christina, Kim, Missy, Maya. That was it, right?
It was. Yeah. I think it was
so
just 4.
Who are your 4? You do your 4. I'm gonna do mine. Who are your 4?
Okay. I'm putting Kalani in that thing. Putting Janae in that thing.
Okay.
I'm putting Ari in that thing. Bust it. I'm putting Ari in that thing. I need me a little sauce in there. Tiana. For sure. You know what? For sure. Because I feel like
she's gonna bring. She's the little Kim of it.
Yes.
So I'm also Tiana Taylor because she brings that difference. Kalani, because you know that's my girl. Ooh. Hold on. I love
balance.
me some her though.
Oh yes.
I love me some her. So her, Kalani, Tiana Taylor, and probably Janae.
Yeah.
I love me some Ari, but I just with that mix, I'm feeling. I don't know. That's tough, but I think I'm gonna go with what I went with. Yeah.
I think her would give a nice, different dynamic because her music isn't really as so involved sexually as the other. So
as the other ones,
to see what she would do in that arena.
Ooh, that would be good, man. We just made some. If y'all heard it here first, you hear me,
baby.
Y'all heard it here first. If they come out with it, it's because it was here. They listened to this podcast.
Facts, McGee. Figgity.
Oh,
facts.
man. But while we're talking about, we talked a little bit about platforms. Have you heard of Clubhouse?
So I have. I've seen it be a nice area for people to gather, discuss a plethora of things, be a safe place for people to kind of connect, be vulnerable, network.
Yeah. Have you joined?
So as as you asked this question, V, you are very much aware I am not an Apple user.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You can only be an Apple user to use this, guys.
That's cute. But they're gonna want us droids in there too.
They said they're gonna open it up sooner or later. I don't know when, but yes, that's just funny to me.
So tell us about your experience.
I have absolutely loved it from the first day I went in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I found a couple rooms. So when you first sign on, again, unfortunately, you have to be an Apple user. So when you first sign on, you have to put your real name, or if you have like, I put my poet name on there because that's really what I'm up there trying to network. So you put that up there, you have a photo, and you actually have to fill out like a little bio. Some people don't, but it's definitely great if you do, because some of these rooms have people that you admire. So yesterday, legit, the reason I started writing was because of Zayn. Do you know who Zayn is? We are no longer friends.
I'm just trying to place Zayn. There's a Zayn, but I don't think that's the Zayn you're talking about.
Zayn, the writer, and she had like movies that came out.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think I'm tracking.
I feel like you don't.
That is just tragic author.
Zayn, and so she writes eroticas, and that's legit. Why and how I started writing is I was younger. I'm not going to disclose the age. And I would go to the library, and for some reason, I just saw this book, and I think someone had left it out. It wasn't even in the place it was supposed to be in. And I was like, oh, what is this? And I read it, and I said, bitch, what? And I was like, this is really... And again, I was at a younger age. I was like, this is really... People can write books about this shit? And then I just started writing, like, after that. So she was legit in the room. I was, like, a pure fan at that moment. I was geeking out, freaking out, and I was like, oh, my God. If she talks to me, I'm going to fucking faint. Like that. That is how I felt. But there were a bunch of different writers in the room, and they were just telling, their stories, how they got started, what avenues they went, what avenues not to go. They talk a lot about publishing companies, publishers, and, the best way to go. So a lot of knowledge. I literally have a book that I've been writing shit like, all right, so let me not do this. Let me do that. All right. So it's great because you're networking with a bunch of different people. Even if you don't even if you're not doing writing, you can still go in there and learn something that you may have not known. Mm-hmm. And so there's one room, and I'm going to shout out his room because legit I go in there every single night, or at least almost every single night. But it's called Story Time with Unc, No Drive-Bys. And it is legit the best room I've been in, outside of, just still meeting, I'm going to say, quote, my idol, Zayn. But in that room, it is literally a platform for every single person, no matter what genre, no matter what you do. He's a videographer. He just started the room for people to just come in and talk and network. And legit, I have met and talked to outside of that room probably about 10 people. I met one of my mentors for my writing on there, and she's published about 15 books in the last 7 years or something crazy. And she's even made a movie from her books. So it's just a lot that I'm learning from all of these people. And if you do have the platform, make sure to check into his thing and make sure you say Velvet sent you. But come prepared because they don't play. Legit. They don't play.
Sounds like it's a good marketing,
it is.
Networking, and helping you build your brand and understand if you want to do something, they can kind of help mold that for you. And
I am, even though I do this podcast, I am very open. However, speaking in front of people is very odd and weird for me. So it helps me to get better at that because Unc will put you on the spot. Like, all right, you say you write poetry, say something.
What's good?
Yes. And so legit put you on the spot, and it's not to make you feel bad, or it's to help you progress in that way. Because if you go to a room where there are the Zayns and the other writers, they may put you on the spot and you don't want to be unprepared. So I really love it because of that. But I'm going to get off my little soapbox. But legit, check out Clubhouse and check out Storytime with Unc. No drive-bys every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So when you get an iPhone,
I'll be in that. Wait, hold on. No, I just picked up what you was putting down. No, I'm not coming back to Apple. When they open it up to Droid, I'll be there.
Why not?
Because I'm not coming back. So, something that I saw today that I felt like would be very intriguing to discuss and see what your thoughts were.
Okay.
So, Michelle Williams, as many of you may know, she was part of Destiny's Child. She posted a video. She was plugging a book that she had written and some candles that she was going to be putting out. And she just was, talking and promoting it. And someone underneath her comments essentially said, you need to have children, like you're bored, like you're just kind of you don't have aim in what you're doing at this point. And, her reaction was very much so, my uterus is my business.
Sex.
Many people trying to push the, you don't know if I want kids. You don't know if I can have kids. You don't know if I'm planning to have children. And that seems to be the only thing that people want to have in terms of a retort for women is, questioning their reproductive system.
Okay.
And again, mind you, if I haven't said it already, this was a gentleman who said this to her. What are your thoughts when people bring that into conversation, unprompted, by the way?
When it has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, well, it's irrelevant, and I think that men and women I'm trying to figure out the best way to put this. Men and women try to force their opinions upon people and try to force their beliefs or whatever it may be upon someone and want to control how a woman's reproductive system is or works or whatever it may be. And you have no right to that, period. Even if you are a woman, you don't have the right to tell another woman what to do with her body. It literally, in that sentence, is her body, is no one else's. So if you're telling me, oh, you're bored, you need to do that. Well, it sounds like, bitch, you bored because you on my motherfucking line.
Exactly. No one asked you.
Yeah. I am promoting my shit. I am promoting my, what was it? Was it a candle? I think it was,
Candle
or something.
book.
Yeah. I'm promoting my book and my candle. That was my goal. And that's what I was doing. You came on my line, on my video, talking about other shit that I didn't even talk about my reproductive. Why you want to talk about my pussy?
Yeah, that is the most.
Why you want to talk about me?
It's the most frustrating thing ever. I feel like, especially, you said you have a son. I don't have children, and especially at the age that we're at now, people tend to pressure women more. When are you having a kid? Or the moment you get into a relationship. So when y'all having children, what if I don't even want to have one? What if the nieces and the nephews and my friends' children they have, and what if that's enough for me? What if I don't want no more than that?
And baby, it can be.
Why is I feel like there's just always an assumption that women are supposed to bear children. Like there's just always a conversation around it.
But you know why? That's because that's legit what people thought women were for back in the day, is you legit are to bear children. And that is what your main thing is. Bear children, cook, clean.
Well, if you're not fucking me, don't worry about my uterus and its reproductive.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
Ew.
Yes, Lord.
You is not fucking me.
Okay.
Then thou shalt not be worried.
Ooh, thou shalt.
This uterus and these fallopian tubes.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
You heard me.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I? Done.
Get an amen.
Yes. Just over it. I'm over it.
Yeah, I actually used to talk to someone, and that was their mentality, was the old school ways. Like a woman is supposed to stay home and cook and clean and have everything prepared for when the husband gets home or the man gets home and all that stuff. And I said, okay, I have no issue with that. However, in this particular day and age, there are I'm not going to say very, there are few men that can provide for a woman in the manner that she can stay home and, raise the children and cook and clean and do all of those things, if that is something she chooses to do. But it also is something for a husband and a wife, not a boyfriend and girlfriend, especially not of less than several years.
Say that again. Do not be putting your wifely duty expectation
on
as your girlfriend.
Exactly, because then I'm gonna have to put the husband duty, which is to provide and protect and provide. That means financially.
Yeah.
Can you financially provide for the household that we are currently in and provide for the needs and sometimes the wants that I have? If you can't, then you can't force upon those old school mentality upon me if you can't do your end of the old school deal.
Exactly. Yeah, you ain't gonna have me out no sketchy neighborhood and no apartment. Baby, I'm surprised. No, I need to be comfortable, boo boo. I need to be safe. If I'm gonna be home, if I'm gonna be doing this,
I need to be secure.
Yes.
Exactly. And unfortunately, a lot of people, men and women, don't see that. They still have that mentality. It's just like, that's what it's supposed to be. But you have to realize you have to also bring something to the table, which is supposed to be the provider. And if you can't provide, then please don't come to me talking about where my dinner. Chick-fil-A? McDonald's?
oh, you're good. I'm just gonna give you one of them heat up meals.
Oh.
Because apparently you're not giving me the money to even go get that.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying I was paying for Chick-fil-A and McDonald's. I just said that's what you should eat.
Oh, yeah, well, he can go get that.
Yeah, no. But those are the things, it's like, they want one thing, but you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You need to do what you're supposed to do and come prepared to the relationship with those things.
Or be prepared to have a conversation about what the relationship you both are looking for looks like.
Exactly, because she may not want to stay home. I can't say that if I had a man, so if I had, let's say, a billionaire, I can't say that I still would want to stay home. Because me personally, I'm not a stay-at-home person. Even right now, with me having to stay home, it kills me every single day. So I don't think that I could do that. It may be that I'm not working like, a 9-to-5 job. It may be that I'm out promoting my book or out, doing other things, but it's not necessarily me staying
Building
home.
Your business.
Exactly. So that is just not something that I could foresee myself doing. And, cooking and cleaning, I have no issue with that. As long as you're providing what you're supposed to. What are your thoughts?
That I'm kind of pretty much on par with that. I don't know if I could be the stay-at-home. I think there's always some type of concern, and maybe with a specific partner, that kind of fear or concern can be overruled. But it's always, if something happens to this relationship, where does that leave you as the woman who hasn't had a job in however many years, who's been staying at home with the kids? Where's your stability once that person, if something were not to work out? But I also think, even if it was a situation where we could, I wouldn't have to work, I would want to be investing in something. Doing a business. Like just something that's productive and adds value to my life.
Yeah.
So, and whether it be raising kids too, I think I would be okay with being a stay-at-home mom for those first couple pivotal years, like before they can go to daycare, or before they even start grade school, just to spend that quality time with them and just be able to monitor everything that's going on. But I definitely feel like once they hit grade school, I wouldn't want to be
at home all day.
No.
Yeah. I don't even know to be a stay-at-home mom if I could do that. Because even with my son, I never was. So I don't know anything about being a stay-at-home mom. And I feel like I would want to, because I definitely think I missed out on things when he was at daycare and, I couldn't see it or anything of that nature. So I definitely believe that deep down inside I would want to, but I don't know if I could do it for years. It may be like the first year, through the breastfeeding and that phase, the little bit of growing. But after a year, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. So, but that's interesting. That is a good one. But men need to mind their business about that. That's the end of that one.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, that's the end of. That's it. Oh my God, a wee bit. But yeah.
Yeah, I think next time that we have the potty, there's gonna be some differences between current day and next time that we speak. Today we're sitting at January 18th.
Oh, it is.
And
Martin
days,
Luther King Jr.
Yes. And thankfully it's now a nationally recognized holiday.
I know. And it's crazy how long it took. How long it took?
All these years. all of them years.
Several decades?
Yeah, so I'm happy that there is, outside of just all the...
I wonder why they did that. Like, why they finally did it.
After the year 2020...
They were like, we gotta get shit together, hold on.
Yeah, it can't just be Christopher Columbus Day.
Who? Hold on. So, while you brought that up, what are your thoughts on Christopher Columbus Day? Or Christopher Columbus in general?
Well, I don't... He definitely did some detrimental things, some fucked up things.
But he got a day.
He. I mean, we all know how America's history is written, and it's written to favor the white people. And he was celebrated as someone who pretty much touched off what happened here in the Americas. So
he founded America, but there were people already here.
Correct.
So how do you find something
that was already here? Where's that Plymouth Rock? We didn't land on Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rock ran it on us.
Bro, I can't say this shit. Yeah, no. I mean, I've always thought it was a stupid ass holiday.
It was just when we were younger. That's why when we were younger, we're like, "Fuck, we get it off, yay!" But when you get older, it's just like, "How is this a holiday?"
I mean, but there's so many holidays that we're given that don't really make sense. Like Thanksgiving, that doesn't make sense at all. The entire actuality to that, and factuality to it, is just so fucked up. But again, whitewashing history, entirely different to not demonize white people. You know, we paint it with a different brush and then give you a holiday for it.
And be like, you know what? But we actually help. You remember that one time that was like for 2 seconds, we helped you.
Gave them all them diseases that killed them, raped and pillaged their people.
But we fed them.
Shit that killed them. Congratulations.
They didn't have what we gave them. And so it's just crazy. And sometimes I'm just like, when I look back on when we learned history, I'm like, I don't remember them talking a lot about anything that black people did, except for slavery, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks.
Those are the most palatable. That's why. Frederick Douglass.
Yep.
That's the most palatable. That's why. There's just simply that. That's why they don't talk about Malcolm X, because Martin Luther King. I really think Martin Luther King is a cop-out because of everything that's happened with the Black Lives Matter movement over the last year. I think MLK is just... Martin Luther King Day, giving that as a federally recognized holiday is just trying to appease black people. Because truthfully, they should have... Juneteenth should be the federally recognized holiday.
And a lot of people don't even know about that, though.
Yeah.
And absolutely. It's crazy. It's crazy that a lot of people don't know about that. I don't know.
No, yeah, for sure. But I think that it should have honestly been.
The
but
holiday.
At the same time, that would have sent way too many ripples, because that makes America recognize its history. Juneteenth is yes. So that
not
makes
Martin
America,
Luther King.
Exactly.
And that's an interesting thing too. We're not going to get too much into it, but I actually was talking to my son the other day, and he was like, so if you were, born back in the day and Martin Luther King was there and Malcolm X was there, whose side would you have been on? And I was like, oh, we got to go with that, because we watched the movie One Night in Miami, by the way, which is a great movie. You need to watch it if you haven't. But One Night in Miami, and Malcolm X, he's one of the 4 gentlemen that are in there. And so he had asked me that, and I said, that is such a great question. And I had to really think on it, because Malcolm X is supposed to be portrayed as this terrible person.
Extremist.
Yes. And then Martin Luther King is supposed to be the peaceful. And so the same thing, I'm going to tell y'all the same thing I told my son. And I said, in all honesty, I always feel that you should try to do something peaceful first. However, if peaceful doesn't work, then you have no other choice than to go the other route because they're not listening to you peacefully. They're not listening to what you're saying peacefully. And unfortunately, the world, especially America, reacts to either the aggressiveness or the violence or
I wouldn't have said that he was aggressive and violent. He just was very straightforward in what his demands were and what he wouldn't settle for.
Yeah.
And that's very different with Martin. I feel like he was more integrated with like the politics side of it. And so it was more of a buddy thing, trying to reason with people who you know, where Malcolm's like, I'm not reasoning with nobody.
I don't give a fuck.
These are my demands.
Yes. And so I was like, I think the peaceful route should definitely be the first. However, if that doesn't work, then you have to go the other route. And as you say, make demands. Like what I think a lot of people are doing now.
Right.
Like with Black Lives Matter, not necessarily Black Lives Movement. That's a whole other thing. We're going to get into that maybe a different day because there is a difference.
Right.
And so I think that Black Lives Matter is important. And I think there are demands that need to be met. My voice is squeaky and everything. Met. And so I believe the peaceful protest is what the beginning was, but I definitely foresee things going the other way if things are not met the way they're supposed to be.
I could see how it's kind of met in the middle so far, how it's kind of come two into one.
Well, Black Lives
Yeah, Black Lives Matter, just the approach. In some ways feels like
they're moving inward.
It's merging Malcolm X with King's approach. Like I can see both in it now, which I think is important because it lets you know, firm, serious. But this is what we're here. Like we've got a point, we've got a plan, there's a purpose, but we're standing firm ground on it. So, so, and now we have Martin Luther King Day off.
I know, y'all. It's crazy. I wonder if they're going to do a Malcolm X Day. That would never happen because they don't even talk about him in history class.
No.
I don't think I learned about him in history class at all.
I think I learned about the Black Panthers.
Didn't learn about him.
But it was very mild.
Maybe one paragraph?
Yes.
You get a paragraph. And I think if I learned about Malcolm X, it was maybe a couple sentences, tops a paragraph. But I don't recall learning about him in history class.
And it's crazy to be in Virginia and that be what we learned. In Virginia.
Well,
where we're the closest to all the ports.
To everything?
Yes. So our history would reflect the most of what happened in terms of
slavery.
Yeah, slavery or African Americans' history is predominantly here, and it's so glossed over. So just imagine in states that are nowhere on this coast.
They probably don't get none.
You
get a paragraph that introduces you to Rosa Parks, but Martin Luther is all in one paragraph.
Important Black people of history are...
Bam, bam, bam. Look them up if you want to know more.
Exactly.
That's terrible, yeah. But I think it's because, again, as you stated previously, as whole America doesn't want to really reflect or think about what happened in the past. But just like people say, even in relationships, you have to go back to your past to see how things happened and worked so that you don't repeat the shit.
But there's such a, and there's this book I want to read. I've been waiting for it to be re-upped on Amazon. It's called White Fragility. And it's pretty much...
White what?
Fragility. And it's pretty much just touching on why... One, we as a nation don't address it, and that's because the dominant culture, the dominant people, which are white people, have the ability to sway and present what they want to be seen. And so I feel like an issue with acknowledging and, learning from your history is that white people don't want to do that because for some reason there's like this, white people tend to get into this like guilt, apology type scenario when that's not what's needed. You just need to learn from what has happened. You need to be well versed and knowledgeable on what happened, so that when you start doing stuff in present day that conjures or flashes back to what has happened previously, you have context as to why.
Oh, you mean like this Trump stuff?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
This shit is going crazy.
Absolutely.
And while we're talking about that, his last day is what?
So so the 20th is when...
20th, like in 2 days.
Yeah, so tomorrow is technically his last day. Biden takes over effective the 20th. So I think
shit about to hit the fan. Oh, go ahead.
I think it'll be very interesting to see what exactly is going to happen because I'll be honest, I did not think that Trump supporters were going to go to the length that they did.
Oh, at the White House.
Yes, and then well, the Capitol. Yeah, I
that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't think they would go to the extent because usually white people have a certain sense to them, like they push boundaries in ways that cannot be overtly seen. Like they're the whole entire white collar crime shit. That's how they stay under the radar. So to see them do that, I was very shocked.
I was not at all.
I hear that.
I didn't know it was going to happen at the Capitol, but I definitely, because Trump lost, foreseen something was going to happen. And even with these next 2 days, or probably within, I don't even know, but I definitely foresee something. I hope it doesn't, but I definitely foresee something crazier happening. And if I'm going to be honest, it definitely was an inside job. There is no ifs or buts about that.
Right. So there was definitely a lot of premeditation to it. There's been a lot of phone calls that have been released. There's a lot of floor plans that were released.
But how can you legit get over the wall without anyone doing nothing? I don't even think anyone was injured. Like, getting over, besides them falling off, which was fucking hilarious.
The busted challenge?
Oh, yes. That one girl dropped and the person dropped. I died laughing. But it was an inside job. You can't dispute that. Like, how can a bunch of people get over this wall and get inside of this place?
Yeah, there are people who said their emergency buttons that were in their office were taken out of their desks prior to, because when they went to go hit the emergency buttons, they weren't there.
Oh, so
and
that was I didn't know that.
That was a black woman who said that I wish I recalled her name right now, but it was a black woman who said that when she went to go hit her button to let them know there's an emergency, it was gone. It wasn't there. They had instructions to go to certain people's offices, take certain crap, and they're starting at this point to name the people who have given them these directives. There was apparently, and I didn't put two and two together when I first read it, but there was a guy who went in with zip ties. I didn't realize what the relevance of what that was, because they kept mentioning it. But they were supposed to take people hostage.
Oh, you were going to go under the jail, sir? Or ma'am, or whoever?
Well, someone right now, I think one of the people who was sitting on Nancy Pelosi's desk, if I'm thinking it's him, he's just on house arrest right now.
And that's crazy. Because if they were of any other color,
absolutely,
one, they wouldn't have got over that wall.
Two,
if they did,
mass amount of deaths.
If they did get over the wall, they're not getting into the Capitol.
No.
It literally would have been a bunch of dead motherfuckers on the lawn.
Yeah, just to look at these stark image differences from when they had the protest for Black Lives Matter and they had the National Guard, the FBI, whoever was on the steps of the Capitol
for that.
Yeah, but you have this, and there seemed to be. I think even on a day where let's just give benefit, they weren't prepared at all. They didn't know I wasn't expecting such little security to be at the Capitol. There were way few officers there than what you would anticipate or what you believe should be there. So that's another reason something it just doesn't sit right with me at all. Just don't. Yeah, so it'll be very interesting this time next week seeing what actually comes of this Wednesday. Yeah.
I don't even know what to. I don't have anything else to say. I was trying to look up the black officer's name that I wanted to give props to.
Oh, yes.
But I can't remember his name right now. So, whatever your name is, sir, you did a great job of protecting the people you were supposed to be protecting. It was.
Yeah, because a lot of people initially felt, and I kind of thought about it at first, because he was the guy who you saw
running,
leading them up the steps.
Yeah.
And kept just kind of batting them away, but wasn't, engaging with any of them specifically. And it came out later that he was intentionally leading the entire group away from where those who were counting for electoral college.
And a lot of stuff could have happened, because it was just him initially.
Right.
And all those people, a lot of crazy. So he took his job to another level.
Yeah.
So I definitely commend him and appreciate you, and hopefully they give you, whatever is due to you for
some type
your
of accolade for that. You need something.
Because something terrible, especially if the dude had zip ties, which I did not know about until right now. Then stuff could have got a lot worse.
Yes. 100%.
And so You know, like I said, I commend you, and hopefully they promote you to something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's been um, either officers that went ahead and retired now. Some of them committed suicide afterwards. They've done put in another woman.
Really? Why like?
I guess based on the response that they gave and a lot of the criticism that came through from it. Yeah, there was one that I read had committed suicide afterwards. You know, I just hope we can get on the same accord as a country here soon, and maybe hopefully some people's overt racism goes back to covert, because I'm over this shit.
So hold on for a second. I found his name. His name is Eugene Goodman. I just wanted to point that out.
Thank you, continue. Officer Goodman.
Yes. So I don't know. I don't foresee anything. I don't know what America's going to be like in the next 3 years. The next 4 years. I just am praying every day that it doesn't become
impeachment, so that homie can't run again in 2024.
Yes, that would be great. Good luck.
If not, he's going to rear his head again around in 2024. If he doesn't get impeached, he will be running again in 2024.
And I hope somebody else runs and wins. I hope that, I don't have any good words in relation to that party. So, and I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. So I am a whoever works best for my interests.
Right.
So a lot of people are like, well, mainly black people are supposed to be Democrat. And I don't give a fuck about any of that. I am whoever is for my interests. So if you suit my interests best is who I'm going to vote for.
Right.
Except for Trump. I don't care if he sought. I don't think sought's the word I'm looking for, but he got every interest. I just personally can't vote for him.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
I couldn't put a check mark near his name. It just wouldn't be able to work for me. Maybe if I draw a middle finger, that might work. But anyways, again, people out there that are Trump supporters or Biden supporters or whoever you are, thank you for listening to our podcast.
Yes, we're so excited to continue to give content, record, and again, like, share, subscribe, comment, let your friends know, let your mama know.
Yes.
Let your baby daddy know, baby mama know.
Let them all know that this is the hottest podcast out there, baby.
Yes. It has been, like I was saying, with your girl, FeBaybeee. I just want to leave you with just some inspiration, as we wrap up this first one.
Okay.
Each day with new intention.
Mm-hmm.
Life is tough, my dear, but so are you.
All right. And this is your girl, Velvet. And just remember, each of you are beautiful and to never stay stagnant in your life. Deuces.
Wrap.